Hello everyone, the Snowman here, and I want to take a break from tennis right now to talk about some big soccer news. The U.S. Women's National Team has officially booked their ticket to the World Cup in France 2019. They will have a chance to defend their title next summer, courtesy of their 6-0 win over Jamaica. And there are so many things to be excited about with this team, a handful of players just in majestic form. So today, I wanted to give my 5 thoughts on the U.S. Women's National Team. My first thought is that the USA is on fire right now. In 2018, they've got 15 wins, 2 draws, and 0 defeats, a 25-match unbeaten streak dating back to 2017's Tournament of Nations, a 1-0 defeat at the hands of Australia. And really, when you think about how differently this team looks from 15 months ago, 2017 was a terrible season for the U.S. Women's National Team. They had 3 defeats, which tied a team record for a calendar year. Could have easily been 4 had it not been for an insane comeback win against Brazil. But those 15 wins this season, they're not just throwaway wins. Some have come against top 10 teams, really quality opponents. Those wins have come against Germany, Denmark, England, Mexico, China, Japan, Brazil, Chile, Panama, Trinidad and Tobago, and of course most recently Jamaica. On fire, they've been claiming a lot of scalps, and in the qualifying campaign, a perfect 4-0 record, 24 goals scored, 0 conceded. They've been waiting for this qualifying campaign really since 2 years ago. The 2016 Olympics ended in disappointment for the U.S. Women's National Team. There was a lot of things that kind of ended with that. Of course, Hope Solo has now never rejoined the team, and that was just a disappointing time, bowing out in the quarterfinals of the Olympics to Sweden on penalty kicks. But I think the USA has had all this built-up rage. They are highly motivated, and they are just destroying opponents right now. For my second thought, I wanted to point out some highlights from the 6-0 win over Jamaica, and we'll get to the lineup in a bit, but just some individual performances. Julie Ertz, she was fantastic. Not just her goal, but the high pressure she provides. She wins balls back immediately if the USA loses it. I mean, Jamaica, these other CONCACAF teams, they had such little possession. Ertz is a big key in that, in the center defensive mid, winning balls back immediately, kind of that Guardiola theory of possession. Abby Dahlkemper, shout out to her. She had an amazing chip ball assist to Megan Rapinoe, who roofed home the second goal of the game for the USA. Dahlkemper put it right in the path of Rapinoe, so calm and composed. She's really good at those long balls, kind of Leo Bonucci-esque from the center back position. You don't see a lot of center backs who can play balls like that, like a Jerome Boateng. So Abby Dahlkemper, props for that assist. She's an offensive asset even as a defender. Crystal Dunn, another player who, as a defender, still helps with the offense a whole lot. She had a great assist to Julie Ertz, her cross. She has been fantastic lately, getting high up the flanks, providing width. Both she and Kelly O'Hara do a magnificent job, not only taking care of their defensive duties, but assisting with the offense. I love the Horan to Heath connection for the 4th goal of the night, USA against Jamaica. Those two have been playing with each other for so long now. Lindsay Horan and Tobin Heath were teammates when Horan was just a teenager in France back at PSG, and now, of course, they play together in the NWSL on the Portland Thorns. So those are 2 of the mainstays on this team, 2 of the best players on the U.S. Women's National Team, and it was great to see them linking up for the 4th goal of the evening. A couple of team notes for the win against Jamaica. I thought all the players who played did such a good job of interchanging and switching positions. There's a lot of versatility on this team, that true Johan Cruyff Dutch total football mindset of not only sticking to your position, but moving, interchanging all around the pitch. That was fantastic. And then the second half was way more patient. I thought it was more about possession, more game management, trying to just see the result out, see it through. First half, very offensive. Second half, very defensive. I think Coach Jill Ellis kind of went into the game thinking, all right, let's bag our goals early. Let's get it out of the way. Pretend maybe we're in the World Cup semifinals against a great team like Germany, where we need that sense of desperation. Let's be very direct with the ball in the first half and just score as many as we can. And in the second half, it's not that they took the foot off the gas pedal. It's that they wanted to manage the game, side-to-side passes, not as direct. And that's fine. It shows you because in the World Cup, they will have a moment where, say, they're up 1-0 against a great team like the Netherlands or Brazil or Japan or whomever, and you want to know not only that you can get a goal in those dying moments, but that you can hold on to a 1-0 lead. I think Coach Jill Ellis has to be just insanely happy with how her team performed, both on the offensive end and on the defensive end against Jamaica. Number 3, let's talk about this lineup, the 4-3-3 that Jill Ellis is going with. She's experimented with a few different formations the last year and a half. Went with a 3-back formation that I really wasn't a big fan of. I'm happy she settled on this 4-3-3. And at the top of it, you've got 3 players who are basically untouchable right now. Megan Rapinoe and Tobin Heath on the wings, and then Alex Morgan in the middle. Let's talk about her. She's putting up Barry Sanders college-type numbers. I mean, Wilt Chamberlain video game numbers right now for Morgan. 23 goals over her last 23 international appearances. The 29-year-old's form is blistering. It's hotter than the sun right now. She's now at 96 goals all-time for the USA. That's 7th on the all-time scoring list. 4th in multi-goal games with 26 now. And she's getting it done against quality teams. A hat trick against Japan in July. She's got goals against Brazil, Denmark, and Canada recently. Morgan cannot stop scoring. She's got just a great striker's sense, a nose for the ball right now. So she, Heath, and Rapinoe up top. That likely won't change for the World Cup. Maybe Mallory Pugh challenges Tobin Heath for that starting right winger position, but I think for now Ellis is going to stick with Heath right now as she's healthy. And then in the midfield, the versatility again. Lindsey Horan and Julie Ertz are virtual locks. Horan, I'm going to get to her, but she can do so many different things, and then Ertz kind of just locks it down in the defensive mid, makes all the tackles, wins all the balls. Rose Lavelle has been a great job too. I love her creativity. I think she provides a new dimension for this team, finding players in channels and linking up play with the forwards. But the front 6, absolutely amazing right now. The back 4 then, you can see Kelly O'Hara, Crystal Dunn on the wings, Dahl Kemper and Sauerbrunn in the middle, and then Alyssa Nair in the back. I think right now Jill Ellis has found the formula. This 4-3-3 formation has been paying big dividends, and as you can see with the qualifying campaign, 24 goals and 0 conceded. She seems to have really found something that she's going to stick with, and I'm a big fan of the formation. For my 4th thought, I want to pose a hypothetical question, and I'd love to know what you guys think. Please leave a comment if you have an opinion on this. But who do you think is the best player on this U.S. Women's National Team right now? For me personally, I wrote an article a couple months ago after the 2018 Tournament of Nations, and I said Megan Rapinoe was far and away the best player on this team. She just looked so poised under pressure. There's no way to speed up her game. She doesn't make many mistakes. I compare her to LeBron James as, you know, she doesn't really play against opponents anymore. It's almost like she's just playing against herself. Her soccer intellect is so much higher than everyone else's. She's like a computer out there, basically. Just knows where everyone is on the field, both teams at all times. But the last few months, there have been a few changes, and I just want to say Lindsey Horan is really pushing Rapinoe for the best player on this team. Against Jamaica, she just looked amazing again, playing diagonal balls, piercing passes. She's got a smooth as porcelain first touch, does the 24-year-old. She sets the table for everyone else, and Horan, she's always directing, always organizing, the true heartbeat of this team, like Luka Modric or Andres Iniesta. She's the 2018 NWSL MVP, the championship game MVP in the league last year when the Portland Thorns won it. This season, 14 goals and 2 assists in the NWSL. She played 24 of a total 26 games, played every single minute, did not get subbed off once, and she only missed those 2 games because she was away on international duty. But the best thing about Horan is that she can play anywhere on the pitch, whether it's a holding midfielder, she's got the speed to play outside as a winger. Her most natural position, probably the number 10 role, attacking mid, and then she can also play the striker. Great finishing ability. She played that a lot when she was younger in her career, especially at PSG in France. She's also great in the air at 5'9", 7 goals with her head in the NWSL this season, a 68% success rate in aerial duels. I can't say enough how much I've been impressed with the play of Lindsey Horan in 2018. I mean, you could also choose Alex Morgan. Spoke about her goal-scoring prowess right now. Julie Ertz, the reigning 2017 U.S. Soccer Player of the Year. But I think of those 4 candidates, of everyone else on the team, if I had to say a best player right now on this squad, I've got Lindsey Horan 1A, Megan Rapinoe 1B. I've just been so impressed, and Horan is can't-miss stuff every time she's on the pitch. My 5th point, what would I like to see moving forward? I really don't have many concerns, as I've mentioned, with the front 6 of this team. My only concerns come with the back 4, and I know what you're thinking. They just pitched 4 clean sheets in the qualifying campaign, but as they play better teams, when they're in the World Cup, it's only going to be the best teams in the world, and it's not necessarily what they lack in defense. It's that the 4 defenders, especially O'Hara and Crystal Dunn on the wings, they do such a great job. Ali Wagner on the Fox broadcast made up a very poignant point on the telecast last night. You know, it's a very expansive system that the USA is playing right now. The versatility of the fullbacks, O'Hara and Dunn, creating overloads on the wings and joining the attackers, you know, with the offense. It's just, will they have that liberty, that freedom against better teams when they're playing the top teams in the World Cup? I'm just worried that Crystal Dunn, say she might be making a great run down the left flank, and if she gets caught out, a quick counterattack. We saw how Sweden got the USA in the Olympics in 2016 with that goal on the break. If Dunn and O'Hara get up too far, I'm just afraid. You know, Becky Sauerbrunn, she's not the same player she was at the World Cup 3 years ago, where she was in the midst of a three-peat, a back-to-back-to-back NWSL Defender of the Year stint in her career. Abby Dahlkemper, I spoke about her. Great assist to Megan Rapinoe against Jamaica. She's been very consistent lately, but you know, I don't think she is quite as strong defensively as the other center back was, Julie Johnston, now Julie Ertz. Remember, she was playing center back in the World Cup 3 years ago. So I don't know if there's enough defensive stability. And then, you know, of course, no Hope Solo. It'll be likely Alyssa Nair in the net. I would like to see, against Canada and against using these last few friendlies before the World Cup, I would love to see the defense get challenged, and specifically Crystal Dunn, if she is going to be the left back for the team in the future and in the World Cup, I want her to show that she can get it done, not only on the offensive end, but be a brick wall on the defensive side too, because remember, she won the MVP of the NWSL just a couple of seasons ago as a winger, as a forward. I've got no doubt in her prowess on that side, but it's on the defensive side. Really my only concerns for the U.S. Women's National Team right now. Again, though, not too many concerns to have for the U.S. Women's National Team at the moment. They have officially qualified for the 2019 World Cup in France. I'm very excited about it, and you should be too. The draw comes out on December 8th, so I'm definitely going to have a video. Once we know all 24 teams of the World Cup, I'll have a little preview then during the draw in December. But if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the Snowman Sports Media. I implore you to leave a comment. I'd love to discuss anything soccer related, anything about this team, the U.S. Women's National Team. Other than that, I'll be back soon and full speed ahead to France.